today I thought it would be fun to kind of do like a monotype challenge, just because it just sounded fun. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to do in this game, so I just thought playing it with monotype teams would be fun. We'll be playing in the probably ranked ladder, unless if I got something really horrendous, but I don't think I will. Yeah, let me go ahead and there we go. I have a spin the wheel here filled with every single type twice for some reason, but I'm gonna ignore that. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just spin the wheel here and see what we get. I wish I could make the wheel bigger. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and see what we get, and we'll try to build a team off of that. And it looks like we're running an ice team. So I do have a few ideas for an ice team. We'll see if I am good at that. Now, I'm not a team builder. Just because I have teams like this doesn't actually mean that I am a team builder. I thought this would just be a little fun challenge that we could do, just to, see how well I could do here. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Now, unfortunately, with ice, ice types have really high highs and really, really low lows. So we do have the benefits of snow. So we have a little bit of bulk and we have a little bit of speed here thanks to like Pokemon like Frostlass. Ninetales is fairly speedy. Let's see. We have Avalugg, who's actually incredibly slow, unfortunately. And then we have Vanillix, who's also fast. So, like, just pretty much out of all of these Pokemon, pretty much, like, Pokemon like Avalugg we would not be using. But, like, Ninetales we're definitely going to use. Mamoswine, we have Mamoswine here. That would be useful. We have Frostlass. So we have a few. Let me go ahead and actually place some Pokemon in that I want to use. Here I am once again to describe to you how this team is going to function and how each Pokemon plays a role into this team. Instead of having you sit through actually 30 minutes of me painstakingly, annoyingly choosing every single Pokemon that I wanted to pick for this Monotype challenge, I decided to give you a brief version here instead of having you watch through all that garbage. If you are curious about my unfiltered thoughts about this team and how I decided to pick each and every single Pokemon, I do have the VOD up. I stream right here on this channel, so if you are curious about that, please feel free to subscribe, and I will post the VOD down in the description below so you can see how exactly I decided to pick each and every move for this Pokemon team. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started here with our first Pokemon. Starting our team out here, we have Frostlass holding the Frostlass site with the moves Blizzard, Shadow Ball, Protect, and Aurora Veil. Frostlass is a fairly popular Ice-type Pokemon here, and I decided to go with it mostly for the Stab Shadow Ball, just so it can check for any nasty Ghost-type Pokemon like Basky Legion or Sinistcha. We have a Blizzard that is going to be our stab spread move. That's going to be 100% accurate in the snow, which snow is basically always going to be up, especially with Frostlass going into Mega form and activating Snow Warning. We'll be able to get snow out as quickly as possible here. And then we also have Aurora Veil, which is actually a really interesting move. Aurora Veil is basically a packaged reflect and light screen where it will cut the attacks of special moves and physical moves down in half so that it'll allow the rest of the team to have a lot more longevity. I don't get too many chances to use it, but when it does come into play, it is super handy, especially with the snow offering a 50% defense boost for every Ice-type Pokemon. That is going to be especially useful here for us as well. Outside of Mega, I decided to give it the ability Snow Cloak, just on the off chance that I needed a different Pokemon to activate Snow Cloak or activate Mega. I didn't want Frostlass to be a sitting duck with cursed body, so I decided to give it Snow Cloak to boost its evasiveness by 25%. Mega Frostlass is meant to be a very fast, very strong special attacker, but I also decided to invest in some bulk as well, into some HP, just to make sure that it has a little bit of survivability so I can set up Aurora Veil, or so that it can survive at least one one stab Shadow Ball from something like a Basculegion. And here we have Mamoswine with the ability Snow Cloak, and it has the moves Earthquake, Ice Shard, Knock Off, and Protect. Earthquake is going to be that stab spread damage that we need just in case we run into any kind of steel type or electric type Pokemon. We have Ice Shard for a priority move just in case we need to take out any already weak Pokemon with a priority move, so long as Farigiraf isn't on the field. And even if we do have Farigiraf on the field, then we have Knockoff, which is going to be useful for getting rid of any items that we don't want, like the Choice Scarf or any power boosting items, as well as doing super effective damage against Pokemon like Farigiraf. And we also have Protect for longevity. I decided to give Mamoswine the item Bright Powder, which will reduce the opponent's accuracy by 10% on their moves. So on top of Snow Cloak, which will raise Mamoswine's evasion by 25%, this will allow Mamoswine to live a lot longer and to dodge at least some moves from being able to hit, so that it can help with this longevity. Mamoswine is deceptively fast and it can hit deceptively hard, so that's why I decided to go for Mamoswine, as it's going to be on the faster side, not as fast as something like Basculegion, but fast enough to where it can outspeed a good majority of the roster, and especially in snow when it becomes harder to hit. It's going to be bulkier from the 50% defense boost in snow as well. So Mamoswine is meant to stay out for a long time and do huge amounts of damage. Up next, we have an odd choice here. We have Hisuian Avalugg, which is going to know the moves Rock Slide, Body Press, Wide Guard, and Mountain Gale. It has the ability Ice Body, so on top of it being incredibly defensively sturdy, we also have an HP healing ability, which will effectively be leftovers in terms of how it works. It's going to give Avalugg a little bit of survivability, especially when it's hit with a physical attack. The reason why I went with Rock Slide is just for that decent spread damage with that 30% Flitch chance, and we also have Body Press just again in case we run into any Dark or Steel type Pokemon, Wide Guard to prevent things like Dazzling Gleam, Hyper Voice, spread moves like that. And then last but not least, we have a move that I've actually never heard of and I actually haven't really used, is Mountain Gale. Mountain Gale is a 120 power, 85 accurate ice type move that has the same chance to flinch as Rock Slide. Now, it is not the best move for Hisuian Avalugg, but it is an incredibly strong physical type ice type move. So I decided to give it to Avalugg just so that it has that really strong stab physical move, even at the trade-off of the accuracy. I don't get to use it that often, but if I do need to use it, it's there. Now, Avalugg is, of course, pretty slow, so we do have a Pokemon to help get it to move first with Trick Room, and that is going to be Mr. Rime, where it has Trick Room, Fake Out, Protect, and Freeze Dry. Fake Out is there just in case I need to have any other Pokemon set up on the first turn. We have a Trick Room so that we can enable Hisuian Avalugg to move first in most circumstances. We have Freeze Dry to check for any kind of water types. This move is especially effective against Pelipper, which is going to be a water flying type, and Freeze Dry does super effective damage to water type Pokemon. And then we also have Protect for longevity. I decided to go all in on the HP and special attack for Mr. Rime, as Freeze Dry is just going to hit even harder with that special attack. And I decided to give it Ice Body, as for this particular team, both Tangled Feet and Screen Cleaner, the other abilities that it has, wasn't going to be entirely useful, so I decided to just give it Ice Body, so it also has that leftovers like longevity from when the snow is out. Up next, we have another Pokemon that will be benefited from Trick Room. We have Abomas with the moves Protect, Energy Ball, Blizzard, and Earth Power. This is going to be our second Snow Warning Pokemon, and this is going to be our second Mega Evolution Pokemon as well. I decided to go with Abomas though because I decided I did want to use it, or at least wanted to try using it in this format. It actually did perform particularly well in this format, and the reason why I decided to give Vanilla Frost / Snow Cloak was because of Abomas' Snow Warning. I decided that having a vanilla Pokemon with Snow Warning would be better than having it have Soundproof, which is its other ability, which is going to be almost completely useless unless we go up against someone with Hyper Voice, which almost never really happens. So that's why I decided to go with Snow Warning. We have Blizzard as another spread damage move, and then we also have Energy Ball again to check against those pesky ground type or pesky water type Pokemon, and we have Earth Power to check for Steel, Fire, Electric, Pokemon like that. We also have the same secondary ability for both Energy Ball and Earth Power, where it will reduce the special defense of the opponent's Pokemon by 10%, or if we can hit it that 10% of the time, or if it procs 10% of the time. Abomasnow is there to just hit really hard with its special attack, which is why I decided to give it Earth Power over something like Earthquake, because it's going to be more specially oriented. Earth Power is just going to be the better, and one of the very few ground type attack that is going to do special type damage. Last but not least, we have Alolan Ninetales with the moves of Blizzard, Protect, Moonblast, and Auroraville. The Alolan Ninetales is basically just going to be Frostlass without its Mega Evolution, but with Moonblast instead of Shadow Ball. It's just meant to hit single target with one of the strongest Fairy type moves in Moonblast, and it's also there to set up Auroraville just in case I needed Alolan Ninetales out over Frostlass. That's basically going to be the entire team here. There's not really a whole lot to say about this particular team. I'll go ahead and let past me show you how this team is done. Again, if you are interested in my completely unfiltered thoughts and build on this team, I'll go ahead and link that VOD down below. I won't have a team idea unless if you guys specifically ask for it, because this isn't really a team that you should be bringing into ladder anyway. Casually, sure, but in the ladder, definitely not. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end things off here with my future self and let my past self take the baton and show you how this team does. Spoiler alert, we actually do particularly well, but let's go ahead and see how well we do. I'm in Great Ball Tier 3. Yeah, I have nothing to lose, dude. Let's go. My dog doesn't like when my door is, like, fully closed, so... Okay. Well, this guy's definitely not going to use Dragonite. They will definitely use Runerigus. They will definitely use Typhlosion. Oh god, Typhlosion. Okay, let's start off with Frostlass and Mamoswine. And because we're doing that, we'll go ahead and do... Actually, we'll go ahead and start with Mr. Rhyme then, if we're going to start with that. We'll do Mamoswine and Ninetales in the back. And I think this should be good. My strategy here, at least at the start, is going to be go into Mega Frostlass as soon as possible. Use Fake Out on whichever Pokemon that isn't the Typhlosion, because unfortunately you can't really use that. I won't be able to use Trick Room, which is fine. Yeah, Typhlosion Enter, which I saw from a mile away. We got Sandstream, but I'm going to go ahead and just Mega Evolve and do Shadow Ball, see if we can get rid of you. And honestly, I think we're just going to Protect on Mr. Rhyme's turn, because I'm not really entirely sure what else to do, so... We'll completely negate your Sandstream. Frostlass will most likely go down this turn, unless I can take out Typhlosion in one shot, but we'll see. Just grab these to Protect. Got Shadow Ball. Will you survive this? No. So Typhlosion goes down in one shot. I was hoping for that. And you're probably going to use Rock Slide? Yes, you are. Typhlosion is going to hit Frostlass here. Now, Frostlass does know Auroraville, but I think what I'm going to do, well, I'm thinking here, hold on. Because I don't have a second Snow Warning on my team, because Ninetales doesn't have it. Ninetales has Snow Flow. So I think what I'm going to do, oh, Runerigus. Wait, Runerigus... I thought Runerigus was Rock Ghost type. Wait. Do I not know my... Do I not know my type matchups? Oh, you're a ground type. I thought you were a rock type. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Well, because of that, actually, we'll go ahead and use Blizzard, and I think we're just going to swap out Mr. Rhyme into Ninetales here. And hope that we can avoid another Rock Slide, but we'll see. Renegis lives with 12%. Renegis' model in this game looks really, really cool. I really like its kind of like freaky look here. Unfortunately, that Rock Slide hits both Pokemon, so that's not ideal. Process goes down, so unfortunately we don't have another Snow Warning Pokemon out, but that's okay. Disable is going to fail here because we swapped. Rhinotarn has leftovers. I could have set up Aurora Veil, and I probably should have, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and use Mamoswine here. Mamoswine is going to be able to avoid the Rock Slide fairly easily, so I'm not super concerned about that. I think our best move here is to use... actually, no. Let's not use Earthquake. I think our best bet is to use Ice Shard or Knockoff onto Runerigus to take it out. Actually, no. I want this Tyranitar gone. We'll use Earthquake here, and then we'll go ahead and use Protect on Ninetales' turn. This way, Ninetales will actually be able to survive an extra turn just in case they decide to use Rock Slide. And then we can also just use Earthquake without any issues. Yeah, Mamoswine being the fastest on the field is not that surprising. Go ahead and use Earthquake here. And yes, both of them go down. Awesome. And with that, we pretty much already have sealed the deal. Let's go ahead and Mech Supremo. Oh, you did bring in Dragonite. That's an interesting choice. I would not have done that. We'll go ahead and use Ice Shard here. And then, actually, we'll just use Blizzard. Just use both. Because there's no way this Dragonite is going to survive both a Ice Shard and a Blizzard. Ice Shard is going to use priority. It's going to be priority, and it's going to take out Multiscale. And then Blizzard should just completely wipe it off the map. Dragonite is not going to be faster than Ninetales, I don't think. At least it shouldn't be. Yeah, no way. Well, I'm glad that worked out as well as it did for our first fight. I'll go ahead and do 5 fights total, just to make sure that we can kind of get the full potential out of this. This is a very standard team here. I am worried about the Charizard. I'm not super worried about Sneasler, actually. Venusaur and Whimsicott are my are the least of my concerns. This guy's going to be particularly fast. So I think what I'll do here, I'll do Mr. Rhyme and Avalugg. And with that, actually, I'll save Avalugg for later. I'll do Mr. Rhyme and Abomasnow, because Avalugg doesn't really can't really counter much except for Charizard. So yeah, we'll do Mr. Rhyme and Abomasnow. We'll put Avalugg in the back, and I think we'll also put Mamoswine in the back. Because this way we have Snow Warning, we have 2 Ice Body Pokemon and a Snow Cloak Pokemon, so I think this will be good. I'm not super confident about this one in particular. This is a more standard meta team than whatever the last guy was using. So hopefully we'll be able to at least take out a couple of Pokemon here. We'll see. Charizard and Milotic come out. Mr. Rhyme and Abomasnow. We'll go ahead and activate Snow Warning here. I think he's going to predict the Trick Room, so I think I'm going to save the Trick Room for later. I'll go ahead and pop Fake Out on Charizard, and I'll hit Energy Ball. We'll Mega Evolve, and I'll use Energy Ball into... Actually, he might swap out and give us a free Trick Room, because I can see that he can target Abomasnow here. So I think we'll go ahead and do a Trick Room, and then we'll go ahead and Mega Evolve, and then just go for a Protect. I don't think they'll target Mr. Rhyme. Charizard X? Okay, I thought he'd use Charizard Y. Because Charizard Y with Venusaur is very, very common, so... Go ahead and use Abomasnow here. Get some extra attack power. Oh my god, the Abomasnow is so big. Heat Wave, but we're going to protect here. And Heat Wave shouldn't do that much damage, especially with the snow out. Yeah, Mr. Rhyme's going to tank that. Let's see. Scald. Ooh. If that's on Mr. Rhyme, I don't... Mr. Rhyme does survive indeed. Unfortunately, he gets that burn proc, but that's okay. Mr. Rhyme will use Trick Room here. Twist of the Dimensions. Perfect. We got Ice Body, so we can survive at least one burn. And I think I'm going to double into Milotic here. We'll go ahead and use that, and then Earth Power. Oh yeah, Charizard loses his Flying type, so we can use Earth Power on it. I don't know if it'll survive this, but let's go ahead and try it. We'll see. Abomasnow used Earth Power. Ooh. Just barely. That's a shame. Mr. Rhyme will use Freeze Dry here. Do into yellow from Milotic. Unfortunately, that means both Mr. Rhyme and Abomasnow might go down here. I'm not super confident that Abomasnow will survive this next turn. With Heat Wave... Ooh, it avoided the attack. Okay, perfect. That's awesome. Alright, next we'll send out Avalugg so we can get maximum use out of the Snow Warning here. Avalugg is going to be particularly tanky, so we want to take out the Milotic here ASAP. So we're going to go ahead and use Energy Ball on Milotic just to make sure it's completely out of the way. And this way, Avalugg should actually be able to take out both of them, but we'll see. Milotic goes down, awesome, and then we'll use Rock Slide on Charizard, and Charizard should go down as well. Awesome. I think we only have 2 more turns of snow left, unfortunately. That should be okay. We'll have Archwalodon out next here, which I'm not really concerned about because we do have Earth Power. Same with Sneasler. We do have 2 more turns of snow, but we have 2 more turns of both snow and Trick Room. So this is going to be a little difficult for us. We'll go ahead and use Body Press here on Archwalodon, and then we'll use Earth Power on Sneasler. I'm expecting the Sneasler to live. And the reason why I'm expecting Sneasler to live is because of Focus Sash. Or Focus Band, whichever one it is. It survived with 1 HP without it. It has White Herb instead. Wow, I was genuinely not expecting that. Critical hit, awesome. That's awesome. Archwalodon has a Citrus Berry, it's gonna proc that, but we should be able to take it out next turn, to be honest. We'll use Aura Sphere here, but we have the Chople Berry, so we only take ×2 instead of ×4. We just barely survived that. It's extremely effective, so we gotta be super careful. And then we will get hit by, close combat. Doubled up on Avalugg. That's a smart move on his part, because obviously if I would have, if I had that Chople Berry, then he knew. That's crazy. Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised, because you don't really see Archwalodon run Aura Sphere, but I guess it was to specifically check for Rock-type Pokemon. Well, in this case, we'll go ahead and just use Earthquake and Protect. Actually, no, because the Abomasnow is not going to move first, or Mamoswine isn't going to move first. Mamoswine actually might move third in this turn order, because I'm not entirely sure how fast Archwalodon, their specific Archwalodon is. We should be able to survive an Aura Sphere no matter what. So we'll go ahead and do that, and actually we'll just go ahead and Protect here. We should win this no matter what, but we'll definitely have to see. Use Protect. Archwalodon might go second here. Yes, it will, but we have Protect on Abomasnow, so we did call that out. We're going to go ahead and use Earthquake here. Protect Abomasnow, and take out both Pokemon. Awesome. And we got a critical hit on Archwalodon too. Well, I'm glad we got to show off both the Trick Room version and the non-Trick Room version of this team, because that was the one thing I was concerned about. Because just the way that it is, the Trick Room team is a lot harder to run, obviously. But I'm glad we were able to run both of them without me having to like do extra matches or do anything in post or anything like that. Oh god, I'm being returned to the title screen because the days changed. I have 3 Pokemon that I can hit for super effective damage here. Maybe 4. I think we'll do Trick Room again. And we'll do Mamoswine. What's Mamoswine's speed? 132. I think it is the slowest out of the 4 that we have, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll go ahead and run Mamoswine at the back. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we got here. Talonflame and Kangaskhan. Now, this Talonflame I already know is going to have Gale Winds, and he's probably going to use that to set up Tailwind of anything. And then this Kangaskhan is probably going to Mega, and we're going to have to deal with that. Right now, because, again, Abomasnow is quad weak to that Talonflame, actually, Talonflame is its weakest matchup here. We'll go ahead and pop Trick Room here, and then we'll go ahead and Mega Evolve right off the bat and just go ahead and just go for a Protect here. This team is actually incredibly fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this team. I didn't expect me to have so much fun with it, but hey. Almost protect itself. We use Fake Out, but we're going to be protected from it. Interesting. U-turn. Smart move. Miss Rhyme is going to get affected by that pretty handedly here. So it's going to pivot here. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, we're going to bring out Charizard. We're going to go ahead and use Trick Room. So we'll reverse it to one order. Kangaskhan is going to be going second to last here, I believe. We'll get a little bit of healing here. Get passive healing. Unfortunately, Mr. Rhyme does not have a whole lot that it can do to the Charizard here. I think we'll double up into Charizard. We'll go ahead and use Blizzard as well. We'll double up into Charizard and hope we can at least get it down to red. But we'll see. Oh, it's going to use Drought. That's smart. I don't have another Snow Warning Pokemon, so it's actually smart for it to do that. I should have seen this coming from probably a mile away, but that's fine. We'll still get Blizzard off, which is actually kind of crazy because it is a Drought, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and use Freeze Dry here, get it into red, just barely letting it survive, but this is kind of what I wanted. So you're a Fake Out Last Resort user. Got it. And then Charizard's probably going to use Heat Wave here. Yep, there goes both our Pokemon. That's okay. We do still have Trick Room out, so we will be able to take out Charizard no problem. Unfortunately, we'll have to try to take out this Kangaskhan as quickly as possible as well. Go ahead and pop out Avalugg and Mamoswine. I think I'm going to use a knockoff on the Kangaskhan here. I don't know what Kangaskhan has for its item, but... Oh, you know what? It might have the Silk Scarf, because Last Result is a Silk Scarf move. We'll go ahead and use Rock Slide. And I think we'll go ahead and just use Knockoff here on Kangaskhan. I don't think Kangaskhan will survive this knockoff, but if it does, then we will have a stronger chance of surviving. You're going to withdraw Charizard. Smart. You're going to send up Venusaur? Primarina. That's also smart, because Avalugg is still part Rock type, so... Yep, Kangaskhan is going to go into red here. And then this... Oh, yeah, you're going to be faster than Mamoswine. No, yeah, that makes sense. You're going to get knocked off here. Yeah, Silk Scarf, I knew it. Because I've been running into a lot of Kangaskhan's with Fake Out Last Resort, because apparently that's pretty much what people only use it for. That's okay. We'll go ahead and just use Rock Slide again here. And then for... we'll go ahead and use... We'll use Ice Shard on Talonflame here. That did way more damage than I thought it would. use Rock Slide. Talonflame goes down. I think we only have one more Remove Trick Room, unfortunately, but... Ooh, Avalok barely survives that. Liquid Voice is going to get super effective on Avalok, but that's fine. Shell Bell, but that's only going to proc once. So Trick Room is still active on this turn, and their Charizard is at low HP. There is a chance that we could turn this around, but it's a very... It's a 90 accurate chance, but it is a chance. Let's believe in our Avalug. Let's believe our Avalug. Come on, Avalug. If you can do this, man, that would be so clutch. Oh, you're gonna use Protect. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you? Oh, you're gonna use Double Protect? No! I totally didn't think that would be a thing. Oh, that's so sad. GG's. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. I'm so sad. Sorry, Avalug. Dude, what if he decided to use Heat Wave and Liquid or Hyper Voice and I just used Wide Guard? There would be no reason for me to do that, but oh well. Let's do it anyway. Scorching Sands, yeah, that's fair. GG's. That was really close. If I predicted that they had Protect, then like if I predicted that they had Protect, then I would have won that. But this guy was smarter than a 5th grader. Floette. Torkoal. They're definitely gonna have an Eruption team here. If they're gonna have an Eruption team, then I think I'll have Mamoswine out first. Abomasnow would not be the best option here, so we'll do Frostlass, Mamoswine, we'll do Ninetales, and... Actually... Save Mamoswine. Save Frostlass, Mamoswine. You have Snow Cloak. You have Snow Cloak. You have Snow Warning. Mamoswine can outspeed for sure. Aerodactyl. Ooh, Aerodactyl too. They most definitely... They could use Trick Room too. I'm gonna chance this. We'll do this. Avalug, Abomasnow, Frostlass, and Mamoswine. I have an idea. I have a plan. I just want to see if they'll go through with it. Let's see if they get Ferrograph out first. Yes, they do. My prediction was correct. That's actually very unfortunate, because now I know that Abomasnow is slower, or is faster than this Torkoal. So you know what that means. We'll definitely have to do Wide Guard, or actually, no. We'll do Rock Slide. Actually, I have Earth Power. What am I doing? We'll start with Wide Guard, because I can predict that Eruption from a mile away. We'll save the Mega Evolution. No, you're not using Eruption this turn. And Torkoal is faster than Avalug. That's crazy. Wait, so that means Avalug is gonna go first, right? We'll go ahead and use Rocks. Yeah, Rock Slide here. And... no, I shouldn't. Because I have Curse Body on my Frostlass. And not Snow Cloak. I should swap that, now that I think about it. Torkoal is faster. Okay. Yeah, there's no way Avalugg is going to survive that. This is unfortunate. This is kind of what I was worried about running into. I was literally worried about running into any fire type here. We have Trick Room enabled, so... I don't have Snow Cloak. Here's what we'll do. Protect, and then Obama Snow uses Earth Power. Oh, smart. This person's smart as a button. This person is. That doesn't matter. Well, I'm not guarding you for Rigorouse. That's fine. Not hitting your Frigorouse, so that doesn't matter. Will I be able to take out this Incineroar in one shot? No. No. Oh, special defense fall. That's useful. Yeah. Swap in Mamoswine. And... we'll use... he might swap out. That's a problem. We'll use Earth Power and Frigorouse. I don't know. I don't think they'll keep Incineroar in. Incineroar will probably use Parting Shot. We'll probably use Parting Shot on Abomasnow, if anything. Oh, Helping Hand. Okay. Earth Power. Because I was expecting you to swap, but you didn't. Oh, you got special defense down on both of them. Darkest Lariat. Mamoswine should tank this pretty okay. Not through a critical hit, though, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and use... Knockoff here. And then... Earth Power and Incin. Apple Voice. Survive? Yeah, okay. Barely. Mamoswine is honestly impressing me with how much it's surviving. Like, its bulk isn't really that impressive, but it's also kind of shockingly good for an Ice Ground type. Ooh, 2%. That's rough. Oh, but no Citrus Berry for you. Awesome. Which means you probably have Cudchew, if I were to guess. And yeah, the Twisted Dimensions return to normal, so you won't be able to set up Trick Room here anymore. Unfortunately, that means... oh, you know what? Earthquake. We'll use Earthquake here. Do I risk it? Do I risk this? No, I don't, because it's entirely possible that Torkoal is going to go first. I'll use Protect. Frigorouse can use Protect on this turn as well, but even if Mamoswine goes down, then it shouldn't matter. But we'll see. Protect. You're not using Helping Hand. We'll use Earthquake here. Yellow. Okay. Which is a good thing, actually, because that means they don't have Trick Room, and if they use Eruption, you still have 2 Pokemon on the field because of Protect, and then we can bring out Frostlass, and we can bring up Snow Cloak, or Snow Warning. And they have one more Pokemon that they could use, I think. Floette, yeah. Floette I have to be worried about. I think I would rather just use Blizzard and Earth Power here and take out Torkoal. Floette could definitely reverse sweep us. But I think it should be okay. Wait, Torkoal can also, protect. Torkoal might protect on this turn. No, he doesn't. Okay. Floette's gonna go next. And then we'll use Earth Power, and that spells the Torkoal. Why do you not have Mega Floette? You should have the Floette on it, like, genuinely. Awesome. We could have so easily lost that if I didn't swap out Frostlass. We could have easily lost that. So that was really good on them for their lead. Like I definitely could have played that a little bit better, but also at the same time, I mean, like, hey,